Hello all. Now let's start with our lab 5 for chapter 6. So we have 5 questions in lab 5. So I know that you have already started doing this, so you can just continue the whatever you were doing for the last labs. So the same technique, if you're using single .py file, just upload the .py file. And as you are working with files in this case, if you are reading a particular data from a particular file, then make sure that you have that in the same folder. Or if you are just creating new files, then there is no need for you to upload the files that you have created as well. You can just upload the .py file, and when TA is executing, he can create when the program is executed, the file will always be created anyways. So you don't have to submit or upload the files that have been created. You can just upload the .py files. Okay, so the first program is Kevin is a freelance video producer who works for TV commercials. When he makes a commercial, he usually films several short videos. Later, he puts these short videos together to make the final commercial. He has asked you to write two programs. One is the program that allows him to enter the running time in seconds of each short video in the project. The running times are saved to a file. The second program is that reads the contents of the file, displays the running times, and then displays the total running time of all the segments. So first part, you are going to write into a new file and then save the running times into that new file. Second part is you're going to read the contents of the file and then, add the contents together and then display the result. As I've said, get the number of videos in the project, open the output file for each video in the project, get the video's running time, write the running time to the file, close the file. For the second algorithm, you have initializing the accumulator variable to 0, count variable to 0, opening the input file. For each line in the file, you are going to convert that into a floating point number, which is the running time for the video. Add 1 to the count variable, display the running time, add the running time to the accumulator, close the file. So let's begin. Is that another new file? Okay, and first thing is I'm going to save this in the same folder. Desktops, labs, lab 5. Chapter 6. Cool. So the first thing that I'm going to do is define the main function, because as I've said, even though you can write the programs without using functions, don't use functions. And then let's ask for the number of videos. So input total number of videos. And next, let's create a variable out file. That is because I'm creating the I'm expecting to see a file, whatever file name that I'm creating that in my folder once I execute this program. That's the reason why I have it as out file. I'm just going to name this videos.txt. And I'm going to open that in the right mode. So for n in file object, that is out file. What are we supposed to do? Get the video's running time. So run time is equal to float input, enter the runtime for video. Next, out file dot write method to write that runtime, and write that runtime plus \n. But notice runtime is a numerical data, and while we are writing numerical data into a file, we must always convert that into a string. That's it. Now outFile.close. Call the main function. So this is the first part. So basically you're asking the user to enter the total number of videos, getting the runtime, and then displaying that in the same folder, writing that into the file. So let's say total number of videos are 5. So this is an IO error that says it's not readable. Why is it not readable? Oh, that is because I've made a blunder that I have created, like, for an in out file. That is basically if I'm trying to read the contents of out file, then that would have worked. But now I'm trying to write the contents. So I will have to use range function because I want the loop to be repeated, like, total number of videos that we have. So for that many times, this data is being written into the file. Okay, so let's hope this works now. Yep, runtime for the first video, let it be this. 68 is definitely a not short video, but just give random numbers. Okay, now the program is executed. If I look into the same folder, where the hell is that? So if I look into the same folder, labs, I'm going to see videos.txt folder. So if I open this is what I see. 5 different runtimes. And students always keep this open and then make changes to the file and complain that the file is not getting updated. Close the file, close the .txt file, then make changes, and then you will see the updates in your .txt file if you are making any. Okay, so now let's move on to the second part. And one thing is very, very important here is basically as you have the file in the write mode, if you execute, like if you do not comment the first part, it will be like, rewriting the contents again and again. So I don't want to rewrite the contents again and again. So that's the reason why I'm just going to comment this out. For the 1B, which is basically reading the contents of the file, I'm defining main. One more thing that you could do is instead of just commenting the whole block of code, you can only comment out the statement. Just don't call the function, and now it doesn't execute. And when you're creating a main function, do not use the same function name. I'm just going to call main1. And then ACC is set to 0. Then we have count variable set to 0. Next, I'm creating a variable in file. That is because I'm expecting an input file. And the file name is videos.txt. And the mode is R because I'm trying to read the contents of the file. And it says for each line in the file. So when you are using that, I'm first define what the target variable is. So for or what the variable is. So line is equal to in file dot read line method. So that is the first line from the file. And then, yeah, you could use that because I was going for a while block, but the question says for. So while block uses the line statement, but for we do not need to have this. We can just have for line in file, and then we can continue with the execution. Indentation got screwed. Okay. Now I can directly use the file object, and then I'm converting the string data into numerical data, right? Because everything that has that is in the file is a string. So now I'm converting each and every line into a float, and then I'm adding add 1 to the count variable. So I'm going to use the augmented assignment operator. It says display the running time. So print runtime for line is, and I'm using the SEP to separate any spaces in between them. Yep, I think that works. Now the next is ACC. It's not line. It's basically line is the value of the runtime. So I want to say runtime for count is, because count is basically keeping the count of the videos. So ACC plus equal to 1. No, ACC plus is equal to runtime. Add the running time to the accumulator variable. Yeah. And close the file. Let's print the running time as well. In file dot, oops, that's called main one function. Oh, this works. Ouch. Yeah, I thought it would raise an unexpected indent here. Oh. My brain's off today. So this is line, which is basically the runtime. Why did I even get that error? I should have gotten a different error. Okay, I don't like this format. Thanks. Yep. Okay, I don't want to see the runtime every time as well. So I'm just going to bring this out of the loop. Okay, yeah, it says runtime, and that's confusing as well. So I'm just going to do total runtime. Yep, now it's much better. Now, why is it not printing anything? What did I do? Yeah, figured that would not work because it's an assignment operator. Yeah, now it makes sense. Oh my God, it's just something bit me all of a sudden. I don't know what that is. And it's giving me much trouble. Okay. Yep. So I used the wrong variable at the wrong time. Yeah, now it makes sense. Cool. It's the same data that we have entered into this file. We are good. Cool. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, y'all. You know what?